or how do we give
We
out?
just have volumes of food and they
and
pick
just
what they
pick
want.
What they want, perfect.
Yes.
And in terms of the numbers of of individuals coming out, do we have a
Who
count?
We had,
has the count?
this last one we had was the biggest one we had, and it was colder, it was rainy, but it was on a Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a robocall that went out, and
Got it.
more people started coming.
Got it.
We had people online waiting before the gates opened at Parker School at 9 o'clock, so.
And
So
what was the count? We had,
It was well over about 150.
Is it a free-for-all?
Families.
Is it a free-for-all, or is there some type of
Well,
organization in
should
terms
be.
of?
It should be.
There's from the Bronxville Junior League and the Food Pantry of Westchester.
No, I mean in terms of how the food is administered or given out. Do they have? I mean, how do you stop one individual from walking away with with a huge truckload and then not having equitable distribution for others who? Because I believe in the last drive there were a lot of people who came and the food was done.
Yeah, well, because they came late, so we line them up, and there's a table not quite this long, and we have the food stacked up on it, and they just walk, and we give each family,
It's
portion, because he says, well, okay, you can give them 2 meats, you can give them a whole bag of
There's an order
vegetables.
to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on how much he has, because sometimes he has a lot of meats, he didn't have meat, so he said, okay, I have pizzas, so give them 3 pizzas. So we had 3, depending on what he has.
Okay.
And all of this is based on donations that are given
Yes.
to the food
Yes,
pantries.
it came from Costco and BJ, so they were big
Right.
portions. Prior to that, it was from
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, so.
Madam President, if I may, Mrs. Miller, you mentioned a meeting on the 20th. That is NISBA convention, 20th and 21st.
Monday and
Oh,
Tuesday.
that's,
Monday and Tuesday.
oh, I thought it was,
Monday and Tuesday.
it was October.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah, that
October.
is a
Are you
Oh,
talking
right, right,
November?
right.
Are you talking November?
You-
No, no, I'm talking October, so we need to pick another day.
Okay.
yeah. Okay. And also, before we move on, there is a new hire in the room tonight, and there may be others. Only have one name on me. So if there are any new hires tonight, if you would just stand so the board can recognize you. And this is Mrs. Rogers. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much. And I say every week, every month when we do this, there couldn't be a better time to be in a better place than now.
Amen.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Okay, so, is that it for the committee reports? Any unfinished business? Any new business?
I'd like to bring 2 things to the table. Really simple. I'm not sure if this is for buildings and grounds or just for something for the administration to consider. I'm pulling up to the high school to drop my kids off, just to give you a little background, and I see a young lady, she's attaching her bike.
Microphone.
She's attaching her bike to a pole in the front of the high school, and I saw her and I said, wow. And I left. Next day, I'm picking my kids up from school, and I see a young man going in the bushes to get his bike out. So I said that to say, is it that hard of a process for us to decide
Bike
to put
rack?
bike racks?
Rack.
We used
At
to
least for
have them.
about 10 of them.
We used to have them. I
10
don't know what
bikes at
happened.
the high schools.
I don't know what
whether it be at
happened, but
Thornton
we used to have. Maybe we
or Vernon
can
High
find them.
School, for us to put bike racks. I mean,
Well, I could tell you this. Actually, a lot of children come into my neighborhood and they store their bikes in back of the private homes there. And I've spoken to them on many occasions. I'm like, what are you doing here? It's not your property. Why are you storing your bike here? And they would say that they're afraid that it's going to get stolen if they park it at the high school. So even if we do have racks there, a lot of the kids are just still afraid that their bikes or an item, part of their bikes might go missing. So maybe somehow having it in a particular, maybe corralled with security. I'm not sure what the answer to that may be, but it's something we should certainly look into.
But we did
Speaking of bikes, the superintendent's reading campaign, reading initiative, our goal is to give away 100 bicycles this year, and we have 88 more to go. So I would ask the board if you would solicit your friends, your neighbors, your business partners, anybody who's willing to donate a bike so we can get to 100 bikes for our Superintendent's Reading Campaign Initiative, and our kickoff will be in May.
Do we need
Do you
to
want
pay?
the
Not a
bike or-
kickoff, off culminating activity.
You'll have
Either
it.
don't,
Bike or the
or the
money?
cash.
I'll take either one.
You got it. He needs
The bikes
eight.
range, they're really not that expensive, frankly. Last year, I think we spent like, I bought 3 bikes last year, and I think they range from 80 to $100.
But are they for,
You should,
not 10 speeds?
All ages.
Are they?
Whatever
are they
bike.
10
You
speeds?
tricycles on up.
Okay.
I'll do 2 personally.
All right, I'm writing that down.
I'll get you some donations,
Okay.
get you some money.
I'll come back to you with the amount. At
Okay.
least, at
Great.
least 3.
You got
Thank
it.
you,
Mark.
thank you.
No
Okay.
One up me, huh? You got to one up.
We have a bidding war here.
How about a challenge for which board member can donate the most bikes?
Don't do that.
And raise the most
You want to go there?
See this?
We won't do
For bike rack too.
that. We'd have to.
A bike
A
rack
bike
too.
rack.
Yeah.
Kids need locks.
Security person
my-
to stand by the.
My last
I
thing
think in
is,
front of the
outside
high
bike
school should
rack,
be very
I know
safe.
a few board meetings back, I talked to the importance of stressing the importance of educational success, academic success. We applaud the basketball team and all the other athletic sports teams that do well in our district, and I know you're on par with the reading challenge. Outside of the reading challenge, I would like to see the board and the superintendent do something special for academic success in our district, to show that we really applaud our students that are going above and beyond academically, to show that it's important and you receive something when you do it, not something tangible, but that is stressed, the importance of it.
Okay.
Noted, thank you.
All right, so that wraps it up. Any other comments, questions, or anything? All right, so we're gonna adjourn the meeting?
I move to adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.